goodbye, 'cause this one means forever. And now you're in the stars, and 6 feet never felt so far.
Right, so, hey man, it's nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Welcome to Montreal.
Thank you very much.
Have you been to Montreal before?
This is my first time here, and I honestly didn't even know what to expect. Like, it's pretty incredible. We went to like the old town yesterday, and it's beautiful.
I think you've been here a couple of days.
Yeah, we got here yesterday morning, so we've kind of just like been exploring around. We all brought little electric scooters, so
Nice, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, Montreal has a bit of a reputation for good crowds.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm a bit biased because I live here now, but like a lot of people that come here are just like overwhelmed by the crowd. So hopefully you're going to get out tonight. But I'm sure at this point you're used to being overwhelmed by the crowds.
I don't know, man. It's always like being on stage is such a incredible feeling, you know, getting that much energy from everybody. So like, I hope the crowd is overwhelming because it's gonna make the show, you know, like unforgettable.
So what makes for an unforgettable show for you?
I think it's a combination of like if I'm feeling locked in, you know, which honestly usually on stage I am, because on stage like even if my throat's a little shaky or like I'm not having a great day, when I get on stage, I feel ready to be there and be in front of everybody. But also it's like when I hear a lot of people singing the lyrics and when I can feel the energy from people and see them in person, like that's what makes for an unforgettable show, is like what the crowd gives me, you know?
Yeah. So a lot of your lyrics are very emotional, and also a lot of your lyrics are about specific people. Mm-hmm. So is that strange? Like when you've written these songs about people that you know or have known, to see people singing those kind of words back to you? Because it's so personal to you.
Yes and no. Like I think when I write a song, you know, obviously I have a meaning that's personal to me for that song. In the Stars, for example, like when I wrote In the Stars, you know, it's not about somebody else's grandma. It's not about somebody else's loss. It's about my grandma. And when I lost her, like that is the emotion that I felt. But when I released that song, I understood that like nobody's going to think of my grandma when they listen to that song. Like that's just not how it works. They're going to think of, you know, someone that they've lost, whether it's a friend or a parent or a sibling or a family member or just anyone in their life. Like they think of that personal to them. And so with that being said, like it's almost emotional for me to look out and see that everyone has their own experience for their song, and like that I have helped them create their own meaning for my lyrics.
Yeah. And your grandma must, like, if she was looking down, that's just going to be amazing for her to see.
Yeah, it is. I had a show, I think it was Washington, D.C., and somebody, it was just this little girl who was in the very front row, and she was just adorable. And when I was talking about my grandma before I sung In the Stars, she just screamed. She was like, "Your grandma would be so proud of you," and literally it just brought me to tears. It was such a sweet emotional moment for me. But yeah, I think of that quite often.
Yeah. So speaking of that song in particular, you released the sped up version of it, but also a French version. And obviously we're in Quebec. You're surrounded by French. Do we get any French tonight?
You know, I would want to give you French tonight if I felt like my French was good enough. I feel like I would butcher anything I tried to speak. So if you want to teach me some French to give to the crowd tonight.
I'm from England. My French is still pretty rusty.
Yeah, that's
One thing I'll say is even if you attempt any bad French, they will love you for it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do, I'm going to write some French on my hand so that I remember it. And then I'm just going to, you know, give it the side eye.
Yeah. So why did you release the French version and the sped up version?
Yeah, so the French version, France, it started off like being like actually in France. It is such a different market of music than anywhere else in the world. And I wanted them to have something they could connect to, and because like I want to be able to tour everywhere. I want to be able to do tours, in Asia and Australia and all over Europe and in the U.S. and in Africa and like anywhere. And so I think it was just a small step in the direction of like giving, more language, people that speak a different language, like something they can connect to. And it started off being French. And Philippine, the girl I did it with, she has been wonderful, and she's so talented and an incredible artist. And so I thought she would be good for it. And I actually just heard it on the radio on the way here.
Oh, yeah,
so
nice.
It was playing on 107.3. But yeah, I just I thought it would be good for people to have, something to make it just a bit more personal.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Like, it just gives a different perspective on a song that everybody already loves.
Yeah.
As you say, it's going to connect with more people. You're definitely on a bit of a roller coaster. Like, I think it's only like 3 or 4 years since you even tried singing, right?
Yeah.
And now you're playing sold out shows and your music's being played around the world. This does not happen to normal people.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize that roller coaster was about to take off?
Oh, I think it was when I did my first show, my first show ever, like my first time performing, after I had released a song, was in Sweden, and it was in front of 15,000 people, and it was just like unbelievable. And it was, again, like the same feeling that I get on stage every night. It was like the people singing the lyrics and seeing people's faces and feeling that energy and love from an entire crowd. It like really, really changed the way that I look at things and the way I look at my career and the way I look at music. Because, at first, music always changes, and like my music will always change. I'm never going to write 2 songs that are like the same, because that's just not how it works. And in the same way, like, my goals change. And when I went on that stage, like it went from like me wanting to, just be this famous singer and like have it all, whatever that means. Like, I just want to inspire people. I really do. And like these shows and playing these venues and seeing the crowd and seeing people's emotions, like, is genuinely one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. It is just like, it's incredible to know that something that I'm doing, an emotion that I'm feeling, can help other people in their own lives. And that's why, like, that's, kind of the reason for this all, like, after that performance. So it very much changed every way that I view music.
Is it what you expected?
Not at all. No. I don't even, like, fully know what I expected, but it was not this.
No.
It was not this.
So, where did music start for you? I know the singing's a recent thing, but your love of music, when did that start?
So senior year of high school, we had this little Battle of the Bands competition, and before that, like, I did not sing at all. I was a very outdoors and kind of sportsy guy, and I would always like spend my time in the mountains and outside with my friends, backpacking or hiking or cliff jumping. And I had played a little bit of piano growing up. And I have 4 sisters, and they all took lessons. So there was just like a lot of piano going on. And so a couple of my friends knew I played piano. And my best friend Eric, he's like, hey, we should do Battle of the Bands, and you can play the piano for our band. And I agreed. We did a couple practices. And then the day before, the girl that was supposed to sing, she quit. And so we were all just kind of like, well, what do we do now? And long story short, like, I ended up trying to sing in her place. And it definitely wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it wasn't very good. And so I was like, okay, let's just do it. And we get to the next day, it's the performance, and we're dead last. And like everybody had gone. It's up to us. And we got up there, And I kind of just decided I was just going to give it my all and just like see what happened. And I tried, and it like really clicked in that performance. And that's where it all started. Like after that performance, you know, the crowd, which was just my schoolmates, like they went crazy and everyone was talking about it, and it felt so good to like, you know, have been able to do that. But ever since then, you know, I started practicing more, and I really started listening to music more, and like Stevie Wonder and Billy Joel and Adele and Sam Smith and like big artists with those, you know, very soulful voices is kind of what I fell in love with and sort of took after. So that's where it all started.
On Spotify, they always say people always also like. Do you know who the artists are under your name that people also like?
No, I actually have no idea. I've never looked. Do you know?
I know a couple. Just wondering if you could guess.
I'm trying to think. What will people?
There's
like?
a couple of fairly big names.
I'm trying to think of who my music is like. I have no idea.
Shall I tell you?
Yeah.
Lewis Capaldi is one,
Oh, no way.
which is, you know, that's high praise.
Dude, he's one of my favorite artists.
There
so
you go.
Wow.
Dean Lewis.
Okay,
Another one?
I almost guessed Dean Lewis, but I didn't know. Lewis Capaldi and Dean Lewis, man.
There you go. So, like, opening for Lewis Capaldi, would that be kind of a nice dream?
Oh, that would be unreal.
It'd be fun hanging out with Lewis Capaldi.
Doing a song with Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
There you go. We put it out into the universe now.
Yeah. All right. It's out there. It's out there.
So, I know you have a big birthday coming up.
Oh, yeah.
In
Yeah.
a couple of weeks, you're going to be 21.
Yeah.
21. Any plans for that? You've got a lot to celebrate at the moment, and that's another one.
Yeah, it'll be the last show of the tour.
Oh, perfect.
But honestly, like I'm just looking forward to being with my boys. I know everybody's gonna be tired, you know, towards the end of the tour, so we're all probably gonna want to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You can't sleep on your
not
birthday.
really any plans.
Yeah,
So-
you can sleep the day after your birthday.
Yeah, true.
Excellent. And then what's the rest of the year looking like for you?
I'm releasing an album later this
Okay,
year.
I was wondering.
Doing like an Asia tour, hopefully, and yeah, just kind of seeing what's next.
Okay, so I wish you all the best. I don't feel like I need to wish you good luck because it feels like it's just surrounding you.
I could
So
always use it.
I just hope that continues.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very
It's been a
much.
pleasure.
I'm still